Hi, I'm Alicia, and today I'm going to show you how to use Google Analytics. If you have a website, chances are you want to use Google Analytics to track how many people visit it and how they behave on it. In this video, I'll explain to you what Google Analytics is and how to use it. But before we get too far, I want to let you know that there will be links to more resources in the video's description. And remember, subscribe and ring that bell to get notifications for future helpful content. So let's get started. First, let's cover the basics. Google Analytics is a free reporting service offered by Google to track website traffic. It helps you find out about people visiting your site and their browsing behaviors. It looks like this. It's one of the popular website tracking platforms with almost 70,000 uses according to BuiltWith's mega technology dataset. Although there are several good alternatives, Google Analytics is one of the most adopted analytics tools in the market. Regardless of the type of website you're running, having a better understanding of your visitors and how they behave on your site is going to help you get better results. But if that isn't enough, here are some reasons why you should use Google Analytics. For one, it's free. There's no catch here. Google doesn't charge you to use Analytics, which is pretty helpful considering the amount of data you can pull from it. It's fully automated. Once you've added the tracking code to your website, Google Analytics will automatically track, record, and store your data. You can create customized reports. Using Google's inbuilt tools, you can create custom drag and drop reports pretty simply. Integrate with other tools. Easily link up your analytics with other Google tools like Google AdWords and Google Search Console. That's not even mentioning all the site-specific things you can learn from Google Analytics, like why visitors are bouncing off certain pages, the age, gender, location of your audience, or the kind of content you should write. By giving you access to data about your website, Google Analytics lets you take this information and make decisions. In very simple terms, the data that you can get from Google Analytics can be broken down like this. Acquisition, find out how you get traffic to your website. Behavior, find out what people are actually doing on your website. And conversions, find out how visitors turn into customers on your website. Before we jump into how to read Google Analytics reports, it's worth understanding what the metrics and dimensions mean. All Google Analytics reports are based on dimensions and metrics. Dimensions are the elements of your data, while metrics are the measurements for those dimensions. For example, if you're looking at where people visiting your site are located, the dimension could be the location and the amount would be the metrics. Here are some of the most important metrics in Google Analytics to pay attention to. Traffic, visitors to your site. Traffic source are where visitors are coming from, direct, referring, search engines, or social. A session, a group of user interactions taking place within a given time frame. Average time spent, how long someone spends on your site. Average pages per visit, number of pages a user visits. Top pages are the most popular pages. Exit pages are the pages where most people leave your site. Bounce rate is the percentage single page visits divided by all sessions. Unique users versus returning users. And how many people are brand new to visiting your site versus regulars. User behavior flow, how visitors have browsed your site. Location, where users are browsing from. Age, their age bracket. And site speed, how fast your site is. Check our ebook in the resources below. When you first log into Google Analytics, you'll see this home dashboard, which acts as an overview of your site's performance. Google Analytics reports are the preset reports listed in the left-hand sidebar under the following sections: real-time, audience, acquisition, behavior, and conversions. The information in these reports is preset by Google Analytics and gives an insight into the data across your site, from audience demographics to the channels they find your website through. By clicking on those reports, you'll get lots more options for exploring your data, but beware of referral spams. Let's take a quick look at each report. The Realtime Report shows you what's happening on your site right now. You can see how many people are viewing your site, the pages they're visiting, where they're located in the world, and more. With the Realtime Report, you can see how much traffic you're getting from a newly published blog post, know if a sale or event is driving views, and make sure URLs you've just set up are working as they should. The Audience Report gives an overview of your website in terms of the people or audience visiting your site. In this report, you'll be able to drill down and find out more about your audience, like demographics, interests, location, behavior, and technology. Using this data, you can better understand your audience and then make informed decisions about your website. For example, you may notice that the bulk of your traffic is visiting your site on mobile, but most goal conversions are done on desktop. Maybe there's something you can improve for mobile devices to help increase conversion. The Acquisition Report gives an overview of how your website is getting traffic. In this report, you'll be able to see your traffic broken down by source or where it comes from. Organic, SEO traffic from Google and other search engines. You can find an extensive guide in the resources below. Direct, someone visiting your site by manually typing in a URL. Referral, a visit from another site. Email, a visit from an email or email list. Social, someone visiting from a social media platform. Paid search, someone visiting from paid ads. Display, someone visiting from a display advertisement. Affiliate, someone visiting from an affiliate link. Or other, if Google Analytics doesn't know how to categorize your traffic. The Behavior Report gives an overview of what visitors do on your website. In the report, you'll be able to focus on individual pages of your website and understand your visitors' behavior. You'll be able to get an overview of page views and unique page views, average time spent on pages, and bounce rate and exit rate. You can find an in-depth guide in the resources below. You can also review how the content is performing by page URLs, titles, search terms, or events. The Conversions Report gives an overview of how your visitors are hopefully converting on your website. If you have a website, chances are you have a goal or conversion you want to achieve for people visiting. This can be different depending on the type of site you run. E-commerce sites want their visitors to order a product. Bloggers want their visitors to stay longer on pages and read to increase their ad revenue. B2B and SaaS businesses want visitors to sign up to their email list to keep them informed on the latest news and features, like the ones we curate here at Kinsta. Boosting sales or signups in these areas can be as easy as applying some conversion rate optimization tips based on Google Analytics data. Regardless of the goal or conversion you want to track, Google Analytics allows you to measure all of these, plus many more. A goal is a conversion that you have defined. It is dependent upon what you want to monitor. When it comes to goals, there are 4 main types. Destination, completed when a user gets to a specific page. Think product listing, order confirmation, or thank you page. Event, completed when a preset event triggers, like watching a video or sharing something to Twitter. Duration, completed when a user's session lasts longer than a predefined time. And pages or screens per session, completed when a user views a set number of pages per session. In Google Analytics, filters are used to break up data into smaller groups. They can be used to include only specific traffic types or exclude specific data. To use filters, go to the admin panel and then select Filters. Here's a really simple filter to block your IP address so you aren't skewing your data by visiting your own site. The first step is you need to find out your IP address. This is simple. We have a tool for that at Kinsta, What's My IP Address, or you could just Google it. Copy your IP address, then open up Google Analytics. Go to the admin panel, and then, under View, select Filters. Now click Add Filter and fill out the details. Filter name, exclude my IP. Filter type, select predefined. Now select Exclude, traffic from the IP addresses and that are equal to. IP address, add your IP. It should look something like this. Now save your filter. Wouldn't it be great if you understood what steps a visitor on your site took before they converted? Thankfully, you can. Enter attribution models. Attribution models are used to give credit to different stages of the customer journey. Think of them as a framework for seeing which marketing channels result in the most conversions. By using attribution models, you can get a better idea of how each marketing channel is performing, or as Google defines them, an attribution model is the rule or set of rules that determines how credit for sales and conversions is assigned to touchpoints in conversion paths. So what model should you use? There are different types of attribution models, each with their own benefits and drawbacks. 1. Last interaction attribution. All credit goes to the last touch point before visitor converts. 2. First interaction attribution. All credit goes to the first action taken by a visitor in the conversion process. Last non-direct click. Gives credit to a single interaction but removes any direct interactions, like a user typing in your URL. 4. Linear attribution. Gives equal credit to each touch point along the visitor's journey. 5. Time decay attributions. Gives touch points closer to the time of conversion more credit versus older touch points. And 6. Position-based attribution, also called U-shaped attribution. Credit here is equally assigned. In Google Analytics, the first and last touch points get 40% of credit, and then 20% is distributed equally between the rest. In Google Analytics, you can also create custom attribution models. With a custom model, you get to choose your own set of rules for giving credit to touchpoints. Not sure which model to use? You can use the MCF model comparison tool in Google Analytics to compare attribution models and decide which is best to use. Just pick an attribution model in the tool, and the table will show the number of conversions for each channel, according to that model. Attribution models aren't perfect at all. Nevertheless, they can bring up a more detailed view of how your visitors and users engage with your site. How much does Google Analytics cost? Google Analytics is free to use. However, there is an enterprise solution called Google Analytics 360, and this will cost you around $150,000 a year. Don't worry, the standard version is more than enough for most people. How much is Google Analytics certification? The Google Analytics Individual Qualification, or IQ test, is a measure of proficiency in analytics, and it is completely free. You can find out more about it on Google's official Analytics IQ support page. How often does Google Analytics update? According to Google, Google Analytics site statistics latency is 24 to 48 hours. However, Google doesn't specifically state how long it takes to update all the information that may be associated with your account. What is Google Analytics Property Tracking ID? The property ID in Google Analytics is the identifier, which is associated with your account and what it's used by Google Analytics to collect your site data. You can find it by going into the admin panel and select Tracking Code. How does Google Analytics work? Google Analytics works by adding a bit of JavaScript code to pages on your website. When a visitor lands on your website, this JavaScript code references a JavaScript file and is tracked in for analytics. And finally, where to put Google Analytics code? The short answer is on every page you want to track. Don't worry though, you don't need to manually copy and paste the code into every single page. If you're using WordPress, there are plenty of easy ways to add GA to your site. Kinsta's WordPress hosting can speed up your website by up to 200%. And you'll get 24/7 support from our expert WordPress engineers. Let us show you the Kinsta difference. Try a free demo of our My Kinsta dashboard at demo.kinsta.com. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more tutorials, explainers, and helpful content like this.